Boy, who's that good-looking guy over at the pool table?
Oh, Kathy, you don't want to go out with him.
Why not? He don't look like the rest of these animals.
This film is absolutely fantastic. I think it's such a fascinating look at culture through the lens of the Vandals and really society, how it evolves in that era that the Vandals took place. Now, Jodie, Kathy is primarily our perspective throughout the film and really one of the only female voices throughout the film. Did playing Kathy kind of change your perspective of the male friendship or bond that's formed with the Vandals through playing Kathy?
I feel like it's interesting because I feel like Kathy viewed their loyalty to each other sometimes as being quite, what's the word I'm looking for? Like it would often get them into a lot of very dangerous situations. So I think she thought sometimes it was, I can't think of the word, I'm really sorry. But whereas I think looking at it now, I think there is such a sense of camaraderie and it's quite admirable in a way, even though there was those kind of very dangerous situations. And now I forgot the question. So I'm having one of those moments where my brain is falling out of my body.
Oh, good.
No, I have these all the time.
God, I'm so sorry.
You're good. Austin, this is a fascinating evolution for this subculture as we explore now I'm kind of getting it too. As we,
I'm so sorry.
It's contagious.
It is.
Let's see how I answer
As
this.
we explore society through the Vandals, can you talk about how the younger writers kind of view outlaws and being an outsider differently from Benny, Johnny, and the original gang?
How the younger
writers kind of view being like an outlaw and outsider differently from Johnny and Benny?
From Johnny and Benny. Well, I'd say culturally what happens during the course of this film and all the research that I did on the motorcycle clubs at that time is they start out as riding clubs. They start out as a bunch of outsiders who just love motorcycles and love to race and they find a sense of family and community together. And then as the people who are the drinkers start turning into more of the drug users, and you have Vietnam is happening and everything, all the sort of trauma of that is coming back to the States and getting imbued in the younger members joining the club. It becomes, violence ends up becoming more of a factor, you know, and it starts to eat them from the inside.
Now, Jodie, recordings of Kathy's voice existed. Can you talk, because you disappear into this role, and can you talk about preparing that voice and getting into and finding Kathy's voice in this film?
Yeah, I mean, I was incredibly fortunate in a sense of, you know, not only did we have the kind of source material of Danny Lyon's photography book, but we also had audio of Danny's real life interviews. So just to be able to kind of have that, to kind of dissect and really kind of grasp, you know, what she truly felt, you know, on her inflections and certain stresses that she made. And also just, you know, she was from North Chicago, but actually when I started working with my dialect coach, she was the best. We realized that like all her vowel sounds were like a contradiction. So it became less about doing a general Chicago accent and more about trying to emulate this woman. Sure. Because it was what made her so interesting was because of the way she carried herself, it made her a very interesting storyteller. So it was just about kind of dissecting the material really, and then trying to get it to a point where you get to set and then you know, you hope you don't have to think about it too much. So yeah.
Oh, you did a phenomenal job. Both
Thank
of you
you.
did a phenomenal job. Thank you for your time. The film is absolutely
Thank
incredible.
you.
Thanks, y'all.
So much.
What are you thinking back there? Right there, when you come charging in like that.
Nothing. I saw you squaring off with them guys. What do I need to think for?